Gather round, for I have a tale that will send shivers down your spine. This isn't just any scary story. It's one that creeps under your skin and lingers. Consider yourself warned. Once upon a time, in a quaint little town, there lived a girl named Sophie. Sophie's home was one of those sleepy towns where the highlight of the week was the bustling farmer's market. Life there was uneventful until one fateful day. Unlike other kids, Sophie wasn't interested in gadgets or socializing. Her passion, collecting old dolls. Yes, you heard that right, dolls that were already a bit eerie. Her room resembled the toy section of a haunted antique shop. One weekend, Sophie's mum attended an estate sale. The house had been deserted for years after the family mysteriously disappeared, just vanished. Whispers of curses, sacrifices, and botched seances filled the town. Typical small-town chatter, right? Anyway, her mum returned with a doll porcelain face, delicate dress, and those eyes, those haunting glassy eyes that seemed to. Naturally, Sophie was thrilled. She named the doll Clara and placed it prominently on her shelf. But this is where the story takes a dark turn. On the first night, Sophie's dad heard scratching. You might think it was just rats, but no, it was too deliberate. It wasn't some random scampering. It was like something trying to get his attention. He searched the attic, the walls, everywhere he could think of, but he found nothing. The next day, Sophie told her mum that Clara had moved. Not fallen, not shifted because of the wind, but moved. One minute the doll was on the shelf, and the next it was sitting perfectly upright on her bed. Her mum laughed it off. But Sophie, she was dead serious. By the third night, the whole house felt off. Cold drafts in locked rooms, doors creaking open on their own. Sophie woke up screaming at 3:33 a.m. sharp every single night. And it was always the same thing. Clara was watching. It wasn't just Sophie anymore. One evening her dad came home looking as pale as a ghost. He swore he heard a giggle. But it wasn't a cute, playful one. No, this giggle was sharp, wrong. And her mum? She started seeing shadows darting around corners. They always seemed to linger just behind Clara's doll shelf. Then came the writing. One morning, Sophie woke up to find "Play with me" scrawled in what looked like ash or burnt wood on her bedroom wall. Here's the kicker. No one in the house smokes, and the windows had been locked. Her parents tried to get rid of the doll. They tossed it in the trash, dumped it in the woods. But by sunrise, yep, Clara was sitting right back on that damn shelf, dust-free and spotless, as if nothing had happened. At this point, they're desperate. Sophie's mum, in her desperation, seeks out a local priest, Father Marcus. Father Marcus, a kind-hearted man, the sort you'd want by your side when things go bump in the night. He steps into their home, takes one look at Clara, and his face turns ashen. He mutters under his breath, "This is wrong." Despite his fear, he agrees to perform a blessing. As he begins, the lights start to flicker. Not like a typical power outage, more like something sinister. Father Marcus clutches his cross tighter and chants louder. Suddenly, Sophie lets out a scream and collapses to the floor. When she wakes, she stares blankly ahead. "She's mad," Sophie whispers. The room falls silent. Everyone holds their breath, waiting for what comes next. Then it happens. A piercing scream, not from Sophie, not from anyone in the house. It echoes through the room. The doll's eyes ignite, flames consuming them, its porcelain face cracking and splitting apart. Father Marcus finishes the blessing. Clara slumps forward, lifeless. Finally, it's over. A gap 3S. The family, settled into their new London home, found unsettling things happening again. Sophie started seeing shadows and hearing whispers. The new doll seemed to move by itself, and their dog wouldn't go into Sophie's room. Worried, they called a famous ghost hunter, Dr. Evelyn. Dr. Evelyn arrived and set up her special tools, ready to find out the truth about the creepy doll. As Dr. Evelyn scanned the room with her ghost-finding machine, it beeped loudly near the doll. She then used a heat camera, and it showed the doll glowing with a strange warmth. The whispers got louder, and the shadows on the walls seemed to move. Dr. Evelyn watched everything closely, her face serious. Sophie peeked from the doorway, holding her mother's hand tightly. "What's happening, Dr. Evelyn?" she asked, her voice shaky. Dr. Evelyn turned to them, her eyes very serious. "This isn't just a doll with a ghost," she said. "It's a doorway. Something much eviler is using it to get to you." The family looked at each other, scared, as the room turned cold. Suddenly the doll's head turned towards them, its eyes glowing brightly. Dr. Evelyn stepped back, her voice calm but urgent. "We must hurry. This evil thing is getting stronger. It won't stop until it gets what it desires." The family stood together, knowing the worst was yet to come. The shadows grew darker, and the whispers became a loud roar. The real terror was just beginning. Hello, viewers. Tonight, we delve into a chilling tale from the heart of London. Dr. Evelyn, a respected investigator, was called to a haunted house. She set up cameras and sound recorders, capturing unsettling things. The footage showed a doll moving by itself, shadows flitting across the walls, and whispers echoing in the halls. Spooky, right? Dr. Evelyn discovered the doll was possessed by a child's spirit. The spirit wanted revenge. Dr. Evelyn decided to help. She gathered the family for a séance, sitting in a circle around the doll. The room was dimly lit, with candles flickering. Dr. Evelyn spoke to the spirit, her voice calm and steady. "Spirit of the child," she said, "we are here to help you. Tell us your story." The room got cold. Then a child's voice whispered, "They forgot about me. Nobody cared. I just wanted to be loved." Little Sophie started to cry. "We are here now," Dr. Evelyn said. "We care. How can we help you find peace?" Gapper 2S. The spirit's voice, now angry and sad, said, "I want them to remember me. I want to be free." Dr. Evelyn nodded. "We will remember you," she promised. "We will honor your memory. Let go of your anger, and you will be free." The candles flickered again, and the room started to warm up. The doll's eyes went dim and still. The spirit left the doll. The family thanked Dr. Evelyn. She smiled, knowing this wasn't the end, but they had won a small victory. The shadows went away, and the whispers stopped. The family could relax a bit, but they knew the real test was yet to come. More on this chilling tale soon. Hello everyone, welcome back. As the séance went on, the room got colder, like a winter's night. You could feel something big was about to happen. Dr. Evelyn, she felt the spirit, you see. She spoke softly like this, "Spirit of the child, tell us who hurt you. We want to help you." The candles went all shaky, making spooky shadows on the walls. Then a whisper, so cold it made your bones shiver. It said, "It was the man from the town. He hurt me. He trapped me in this doll." The family gasped. Little Sophie, oh, she held her mum's hand so tight. Dr. Evelyn, calm as ever, said, "We promise to help you, spirit. We will find the truth." Gap 2, S. The spirit, sad but also kind of relieved, whispered back, "Thank you, please remember me." The room got warmer, like the sun had come out. A feeling of hope, like a little bird singing, filled the air. The séance was over. The family felt like they had a job to do. They knew it wouldn't be easy, but they wanted to help the spirit. With Dr. Evelyn, they promised to find the truth. The shadows went away and the whispers stopped. The family felt brave, like they could do anything. They knew the hard part was still to come, but for the first time they saw a tiny bit of hope, like a light at the end of a tunnel. Stay tuned for the next part of this spooky story. We'll uncover more secrets soon, right here. Let's delve deeper into this chilling tale. Dr. Evelyn led the family on their quest for truth. They unearthed old records, brittle with age. These documents whispered fragments of the child's tragic story. The family studied these papers, each page a piece of the puzzle. They talked to the town's elders whose memories flickered like old lanterns. These conversations wove together a haunting picture of the events. Each discovery brought them closer to the mystery's heart. One elderly woman spoke of a deserted house on the edge of town. "That house," she whispered, "is where it all started." Armed with this knowledge, the family decided to visit the house. It stood like a spectre from the past, windows broken, walls decaying. As they drew near, a shiver went down their spines. Dr. Evelyn spoke softly. "Here we will find the answers. Here the spirit's story will be revealed." The family knew entering the house meant facing the darkest parts of the child's story. They had made a promise and they would keep it. Together they stepped into the shadows, ready to uncover the truth. Stay with us, won't you? Our journey into the unknown continues. More secrets lie ahead and the spirit story is far from finished. As the family and Dr. Evelyn entered the decaying house, a chilling presence settled upon them. Dust motes danced in the faint light that crept through shattered windows. Their footsteps echoed, each one a whisper from the past. Dolls with cracked porcelain faces stared blankly. They found a wooden chest. Its rusted hinges groaned as they opened it. Gap 2S. Inside lay photographs and a small weathered diary. Dr. Evelyn carefully opened it. The final entry, a name, the identity of the one responsible. The family exchanged shocked glances. They had sought answers, and now they had them. They would confront this person and release the trapped spirit. But the shadows lingered, and the spirit's story was far from over. Join us next time as we continue this harrowing journey. Fade to black. The truth, at long last, is brought to light. The one responsible for the child's passing confesses, tears flowing as the burden of their guilt is lifted. The family, struck silent, experiences a torrent of emotions, anger, grief, and a touch of solace. The air lightens and the heavy atmosphere begins to dissipate. The spirit, finally having heard the truth, makes its presence known. A gentle, otherworldly glow fills the room, and a comforting warmth spreads. The family watches, holding their breath, as the spirit ascends, leaving behind a sense of serene closure. A wave of relief washes over the family. They begin to rebuild their lives, free from the haunting presence that had once consumed them. Join us next time as we delve into life's unexpected turns. They thought they were free when they burned the doll and buried the ashes. They even moved to a new house and Sophie began to recover. The family started to heal, finding joy in their everyday lives. Life seemed to return to normal, or so it appeared. Months later, a mysterious package arrived at their door. No return address. Inside was another doll, identical to the first, and on its lap a note read, "I'm back, miss me?" Now let me ask you this. Are you certain your own home isn't hiding something? Thought so.